Valentino Rossi, and his new project after he retires is now a reality. The Mooney VR46 Moto GP team unveiled his new livery today. That is the team last launch of the 2022 season, but one of the most expected. Luca Marini, alongside Marco Bezzecchi, has the mission to put the VR46 name in the top. Marini, Valentino's brother, made an impressive performance on the Mandalika test on board the Ducati. He was really fast on the sessions in Indonesia, competing with the Hondas and the Aprilias. With 6 victories and 15 podiums in Moto2, Marini jumped on the Moto GP category last season, making 41 points. Bezzecchi is one of the rookies this season. He made a total of 6 wins and 24 podiums in Moto2 and Moto3. The new motorcycle for LCR Honda is just being unveiled. Alex Marquez, the Moto3 and Moto3 world champion, and Takaaki Nakagami are the LCR Honda riders for 2022. Last season wasn't great for Honda at all, with all the grip problems. This year, after much work, the problem is being solved, and now Honda can come back and try to reach the glory again, with 2 podiums in MotoGP. The youngest Marquez brothers will try to prove himself this season and try to be more regular. On the other hand, Nakagami, after 4 seasons in the category, will try to be on the podium for the first time in his career.
Pramac Ducati just unveiled the new Ducati Desmosedici for 2022. The motorcycle looks pretty much the same in terms of livery. The last season, Ducati has the fastest motorcycle on the straights. That made Zarco and Martin complete really good races. This year can't be different. After his injury last year, Jorge Martin was able to win in Austria and 4 more podiums. The other rider for Pramac Ducati this year is again Zarco. He was on the podium 4 times last season. So what about 2022? More GP victories? More podiums?
Ducati team has just announced his Desmosedici GP 2022 model for the MotoGP 2022 season. After being the top speed motorcycle last season and being the manufacturer world champion 2 years in a row, that's not enough for the Italian team. This year, Ducati will provide a top specs motorcycle to win the Riders' Championship as well. Francesco Bagnaia with 4 wins in 2021 and Jack Miller with 2 wins are the riders that have to squeeze the Ducati Desmosedici to the limit and try to win the World Championship in 2022. Is Ducati a real rider title contender with Bagnaia and Miller? Or is that not enough? Is this the best Desmosedici ever built? Tech3 has just announced his KTM RC16 model for the MotoGP 2022 season. The KTM RC16 has a liquid-cooled, inline 4-cylinder 1000cc engine, 157 kilograms, 265 horsepower, a fuel capacity of 22 liters, and they keep the revolutionary orange color from 2021. 2 rookies complete the team lineup for this year. Yes, we're talking about Remy Gardner and Raul Fernandez. Or as I better say, the Moto2 world champion of 2021 and the sub-champion with just 4 points of distance between them. The 2 rookies met in the RC16 recently, and they need to adapt to it fast in the MotoGP tests.
Maverick Vinales and Alexis Spargaro knows now how the Aprilia RSGP will look like. This year and after 7th season in partnership, Gresini will no longer be hand-to-hand with Aprilia. Last season was a totally improved from 2020 with the historic 3rd place of Alex at home on the Catalonia circuit. This year, Maverick Vinales needs to show to the world the rider he is and get some good results. Last season was very chaotic for the Spanish rider, with rumors, disciplinary incidents, and moving from Yamaha to Aprilia in the middle of the season. Aprilia has big hopes on this new 2022 season after the RS GP22 improvements.
This is the Ducati Desmosedici GP21. Gresini Racing MotoGP has just launched his team for the 2022 MotoGP season. Gresini Racing Team are using last season Ducati Lenovo's motorbike with 250 horsepower, a dry weight of 175 kilograms, and a top speed of over 350 kilometers per hour. The team, founded by Fausto Gresini, made his return to MotoGP category as an independent team. On their rider lineup, they'll count with 2 Italian young riders, Enea Bastianini and the rookie Fabio Di Gianantonio. Bastianini the Moto2 World Championship winner, will make his second season on MotoGP with the goal of beating the 2 podiums of last season. The Ducati Desmosedici GP21 will be the motorcycle they will ride this season to try to achieve all the success for 2022. The Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP team new livery has been revealed. This is Fabio Quartararo's new YZR M1 for 2022. The 2021 MotoGP World Champion has met his new motorcycle to try to win his second title. With only 22 years old, the French rider was able to win races and 10 podiums to reach the glory for the first time in his life. A Yamaha won the title 6 years later after Lorenzo did in 2015. Now they want to win the double crown, riders and manufacturers titles. And for that, they really need to create a great machine to try to beat Ducati and Honda this season. Franco Morbidelli continue aside Quartararo this season. The Italian rider moved from Petronas to Yamaha at the end of last season, but couldn't complete great races. This 2022, he has a new chance to reach his top level in MotoGP. KTM just unveiled his new RC16 MotoGP motorcycle to the world. With a total of 3 MotoGP wins and 9 podiums, this season they'll fight to be on the top 3 manufacturers. The KTM RC16 is a 4-stroke V4 engine with more than 250 horsepower, 157 kilograms, and as a difference with the rest of the manufacturers, they use WP suspension instead of Öhlins. Miguel Oliveira and his teammate Brad Binder repeats on the riders' lineup for this year. On his second season on the KTM team, Oliveira needs to improve in regularity and to try to beat the 3 podiums of 2021 and the final championship position. On the other hand, after a brilliant 2021 with the 6th position, Binder is starting his 3rd year on KTM MotoGP team. This is how the Yamaha YZR M1 livery looks for the RNF Yamaha MotoGP team in 2022. We introduce another team for the 2022 MotoGP paddock. We are talking about With You RNF Yamaha MotoGP. That's a great motorcycle that gives Fabio Quartararo his first MotoGP championship the last season. The Yamaha YZR M1 has a liquid-cooled inline 4-cylinder 1000cc engine, 157 kilograms and 250 horsepower. The team has its origins on the Sepang Racing Team. Without Petronas sponsorship for 2022, Rosalians and Digafelt founded this new team. On board is Andrea Dovizioso as the main rider, aside Darren Binder for this year. After his return on 2021, Dovi is riding the Yamaha YZR M1 to try to get back to the glory on MotoGP. Suzuki Ecstar just unveiled their new livery for 2022. The Japanese team tried to keep in secret the specs of the new Suzuki GSX RR until this official presentation. Top speed on straights to be closer to the Desmosedici is what the engineers focused their work this season. Suzuki has been really regular the last 2 seasons, with Joan Mir being world champion on 2020 and 3rd on 2021. This new version of the GSX RR comes with all the desired evolutions to make their riders touch the glory again. Joan Mir, as a main rider and with great performances the last 2 seasons, needs to start winning races to reach the title again in 2022. Alex Rins on the other side, with just 1 podium and many crashes last season, really need to improve in regularity to make Suzuki be on the top again. Marc Marquez and the Repsol Honda Team are ready to fight against Yamaha and Fabio Quartararo for the World Championship title this 2022 season. They claim a real revolution on the Honda RC213V. As Espargaro said, the bike is so much better. The Honda engineers focused on making a bike that adapts better to the rear tire that Michelin introduced in 2020. After so many physical problems on the last 2 seasons and the recent diplopia, Marc Marquez seems to now be ready to face this new season. The 6 times MotoGP winner, after 3 wins last season and the good feelings on the Sepang tests last week, feels that he is ready to compete against Quartararo and the Ducatis for the title. Paul Espargaro, with just 1 podium on 2021 and 6 in total since he arrived to Honda, feels that this season would be totally different after the RC213V evolution that he claims is a revolution. It's not a secret that Honda needs to get back to fight for bigger objectives. Will we see it in 2022?